Welcome back, Battle Brothers fans. Today we've got a little battle coming up, a little tutorial on kind of a combined arms unit. You won't see it too often, but here they are. So it's kind of weird because I don't recall seeing a warning saying that there was a green skin invasion or anything, but you can see here sometimes green skins will work together. So you've got Orc Berserkers and goblins working together. Now, I'm hoping at some point I'll come across a nice kind of mixed group of orcs with some orc warriors and orc young. I think those are a little more typical. But Orc Berserkers are incredibly dangerous and require a little bit of finesse as well. So, Orc Berserkers, lots of health, high resolve, so they're hard to break, little to no armor, and they hit very, very hard. They can charge in and stun your people. Orc warriors can actually push your people out of the way and push into your line and threaten your back rank people. I don't believe the berserkers can do that. One of your best counters for berserkers is ranged attacks. And again, just like I mentioned on one of the earlier ones about beasts and things, if they don't have a lot of armor, bows are usually better because they just shoot more shots and do more damage because you don't have to worry about armor. Unfortunately, it's weird. I just haven't run across that many hunters, and I don't like to buy poacher or other lesser archer guys. So I've been just kind of plugging away, putting other stuff together. So just like with the beasts and everything else, I think we did wolves recently. Again, just regular swords or cleavers work well. Regular orcs, orc young, orc warriors, actually have negative melee defense. You get a bonus to hit them. Orc berserkers have melee defense, but it's not high. It's like 10. So you'll still have a pretty good chance of hitting them, but the bonus helps. Again, they don't have much armor, if any, so just as much raw damage output as you can do is best. Now, theoretically, and I think I still have it, I have an extra crossbow here. I could putz around and see, like, this guy's 42 ranged, which isn't terrible, really. I could give him a crossbow and have him plunk away at those berserkers as well. And actually, I'm half tempted to do it just to put some pressure on. But they're going to rush in pretty quickly anyway, and then he has to switch, so probably not worth it. The other thing I can do is, we talked with the dire wolves about the guys in the corners needing to have either lots of armor or the highest melee defense because they're going to get wrapped around and swarmed. I don't think there are that many berserkers here. It says a few ambushers, so probably 2 to 3. If you say 3 and there's 9, it's going to be 6 berserkers. That's actually quite a few. And I don't think I may have mentioned it, but the berserkers hit very, very hard. They can kill lightly armed people in one hit. They can kill, if they have a big 2-headed axe or something, they can kill these guys in 2, probably. And once they kill somebody, they're Orc Berserkers. They have the Berserk perk, so they'll get to swing again. And they think they have Killing Frenzy, so they'll get a boost to damage. So if they start killing stuff, they'll rapidly run through your lines. So another thing you want to look at is not only do you have shields to protect your guys, but what kind of shields, and the guys on your line, do they have the Shield Expert perk? Because a lot of those orcs are going to have axes, and they will just chop up your shields to destroy them. Shield Expert, if shield damage received is reduced by 50%. So when they go to chop your shield with an axe and break it, it may survive 1 or 2 hits. And in this particular case, sometimes, potentially, you might want to consider equipping maybe these kite shields. Even though they don't have as good a melee defense, this one has 32 durability, whereas the kite shield has 48. Now, Kite Shield's heavier, and again, it doesn't give as much melee defense bonus, but it still gives some bonus, and it's tough enough to take several hits. I'm hoping, counting on, betting on, being able to kill these guys fairly quickly. So I'm going to gamble a bit and not try to throw out those heavier shields. Instead, actually, I'm going to look at my guys and figure out potentially if I want to put another one or two in the back with pole weapons so I can focus fire and kill them quickly as they come in. Goblin or Orc Berserkers, they don't necessarily charge in to your line just like blindly. They will work the angles and try to work their way around to get to your back and your sides, which is why it's nice to have archers, because you can plank away at them. So, actually, you know, I've convinced myself. Even this guy has a bunch of armor and might be better served on the front lines. We're going to give him that, and we're going to give him this crossbow. Again, he's not a superstar or anything, but you know what? He can at least 42 is decent, and the crossbow gives a plus 15% chance to hit, and then -3 per tile of distance. So he'll have a decent chance to hit. And then if they get close, he can switch over to the polearm and go to work with that. And I'm tempted to give him something else if they get too close. We'll see what kind of weapons I have left over. Oh, and I've got, from the dire wolves I killed not too long ago, I added some of these pelts to the armor. So this armor is normally 150. The direwolf pelt adds 15 durability, not a huge amount, but there's no weight fatigue penalty, so it's free extra armor. And again, you get the bonus to reducing resolve of people in contact, which again could be handy. Trying to break people and get them to flee. Sometimes, especially these, I think these Orc Berserkers have 250 health. It can take a while to chop them down, and if you can just get them to break and run first, you've already defeated them, and you can do it quicker sometimes. So, all right, this guy back here does extra damage. Mediocre defense. Got a lot of health, so he will be able to survive some hits, but his fatigue actually isn't great, which is why he's not wearing super heavy armor. So we might keep him in the back. Who's this guy? Also not wearing super heavy armor and has less health, but is very accurate. This guy is a better long-term investment. This guy is kind of all over the place. He's got 3 stars, but he didn't start with a very high roll here, and Drunkard reduces his skill. So we might switch this guy out to the back with a polearm. What else do we have? Could use some more armor. Very accurate. Excellent defense. Not excellent, but with this thing, 33 is okay. This guy normally uses a flail. Or, yeah, he's got the flail perk. But these berserkers aren't going to have shields, so there's no reason to bring a flail. And he's not very accurate. So this, with the plus 20 to hit, will be better. I don't think he has fearsome. He does have fearsome. So again, he can start poking and hopefully break the orcs as they come in. So he'll be in the front. This guy has hammer, but again, I don't need that. Against orc warriors, we will spam hammers all over the place because you have to break their armor, and it's very heavy. But in this case, that's not going to be an issue. This guy is one of my least accurate melee fighters, so he will stick with the weaker sword, unless I don't need to use this one here. And then actually, yeah, I'm probably fine. This guy can get this light sword as a backup if they get in his face. And this guy, again, not great, but he can tank. He's got a lot of armor, and he's battle forged, so this guy will be able to hold up the line here. He's also got very high defense. So let's put... This guy's more valuable. Let's put him out in front. We've got an extra heater shield. This guy's defense is already at 40 with the kite shield. So let's go ahead and let him keep that and just hope for the durability to help. This guy, now he's at 50, so he's got plenty of defense and plenty of armor, so he can take a couple hits. This guy will move over. So the pike, 60 to 80 damage. The billhook, 55 to 85. So ultimately, the same damage range. This does more damage to armor, and I think more damage ignores armor, but that's not an issue. So we'll just go with this, and the bonus of 10% chance to hit will be fine. And he can take a backup weapon as well. Probably don't need backup weapons with these guys because, again, the berserkers won't be able to push through. But just in case they kill someone and walk in, it's probably good to have some kind of backup weapon that they can whip out. You've got some cleavers here. Those are fine. Alright, I think we're set. Again, prep is pretty important on this. If it was a bigger group of orcs, you know, we might do like we did last time and make one of these guys in the back have a weapon and shield and just be a little more defensive if they circle around. And if, you know, we might just make it on one side, and if the orcs start flanking the other side, that guy can just peel off and move over. But I think this group is small enough it's not an issue. Also, it's getting late. These guys have a few ambushers. The ambushers are annoying, but if they're in small numbers, they're not a huge threat. And if it gets to nighttime, their ranged attack and ranged defense values are both halved at night. Well, their ranged attack is like 75, and my ranged defense is like 20. So ultimately, I come out ahead on that trade. All right. I do think ultimately, because I want to shoot at them, me engaging them before it gets dark will be handy. All right. Oh god, they're on the high ground. Now the high ground sucks, but they may come at me. Just because they're berserkers. We'll see. Yeah. So with that being the case, I'm just going to move. Now, we talked, I think in the Direwolf one, where these pole arms, melee weapons, can't attack up 2 elevation changes. The bows are not affected by that. So he may as well come up onto this super high ground, and he can still shoot at enemies down here without any problem, even if they're engaged, as long as it's a straight shot. Oh, and the important thing, ultimately, normally, I would target anyone with an axe with your ranged attacks. The axes are the ones that will chop your shields up immediately. They'll just destroy the shield, and then you'll just get wrecked. So if you've got enough ranged attack, focus fire on the axes first, kill them, and that'll make the rest of your fight a lot easier. That's fine, I think. Yeah, I was thinking about maybe just going back a little bit, but it's probably best to go back further so these goblin archers can't shoot at me as much. Let's go up here, I suppose. Now, 1, 2, 3. I don't think this takes 5 AP. If I step up here, it takes 3, and I don't think these guys can hit me right away. So I'm going to just stand here and rally, try to get everyone's morale up a little bit. Because it's some question, I may keep a guy here just to kind of keep him safe. I have to babysit him a bit. In fact, maybe I'll keep these 2 here for now. You can come up here. You can come up here. Come up there. And you're going to come over here, I think. So it kind of worked. The ambushers were not in range. I have to come down. They'll probably be in range here, but at least once I get onto this level or higher, they'll be firing without the elevation advantage. Ooh, that's the even more dangerous axe. So let's target. He'll step up and shoot at that guy. One step will get him a little bit closer. He is injured, so he doesn't have a lot of health, but I'm hoping because it'll be hard to hit, the goblins won't target him. That's a good start. He's in a good spot. He's fine. Fine. These guys are all done, I assume. Yeah, so he can wait just to make sure that the standard bearer gets up there. I can tell these guys to just quit. I'm trying to decide. Actually, I might move him here. Didn't injure him, but, you know, put a few wounds on him. That guy, I don't think he had any armor. I could step here. This guy will take 2 steps forward and hit him, though. This spot here is elevation too low. So theoretically, I could. Yeah, I think he can take a hit, right? Because I'd like to keep boosting everybody. A bit of a gamble. But I think it'll be okay. It's fine. I've got a lot of my pole arms up here, and I'm noticing it seems like the bulk of them are coming this way potentially. We'll see where this guy goes. Fine, and this guy will come up here. Theoretically, you can spear wall again against these guys. They're pretty easy to hit, but the spear wall does not do very much damage. I don't know if it says it, but it's reduced damage. Yeah. Targets hit will receive half the damage of normal thrust, and it's very fatiguing. But yeah, it is an option. These guys are not as mindless as some of the animals, though. They won't just charge in if they can work their way around. Yeah, you can see, working their way around. Man, they like to target him. Which, if they're going to continue to do that, I'm not in a hurry. I can take the high ground up here and just shoot some more. So let's... probably not going to be a huge advantage. But let's step over here and take a shot. That's good. Doesn't get to reload, but now he's on the very high ground. Only 2 down here, and the rest are up here, so we'll keep the extra polearm up here for now. And let's see, we'll do this guy over here. These guys can pop up here. He'll take 2 steps. We don't want them on the edge. Yeah, I'm okay with this. If he wants to come up here, we can... Maybe I'll have this guy step over here and back him up. This guy can go here. This guy can come in here. So now they can't get through and just immediately run up to the top here. This guy, and because this guy has a melee weapon and a ranged, a reach weapon, a melee weapon, and the bow, and heavy armor, I'm okay if he stands here and someone wants to come down here. All 3 of these guys will just pummel whoever goes down there. So that, and we'll just keep hitting that guy, or attempting, and then you're going to move back. That guy is not inspired, which is a bit of a problem, but I can't cover everybody. So hopefully he'll be okay. Done. Oh, yeah, this guy doesn't want to stand there. Let's go here. looks like, and it's tough to tell, so he can get hit from here or any of these spots, but this spot directly to his north is not a threat. If this guy wants to come up here and smash his shield, that's fine. We'll just pummel him. And this guy's already injured pretty heavily. And one guy could come up and hit him once. That's it. So I'm okay with that. In fact, let's shield wall just in case. Yeah, he's good. He's good. High ground, they're shooting up, which gives us a bonus to avoiding. Probably shouldn't have shield walled since he gets to go first. We'll just keep waiting. And they keep trying to go around, which is why it's important to have ranged, because you can punish them for it. Now, theoretically, I could start stepping down and stepping over and attacking them, but I'm not really in a hurry at this point. Let's wait with you. With these guys, just to stay in morale range, we might actually pull back. If they want to come up on here, that might be okay. It's not great. But I might be willing to accept that as a price of doing business. So why don't you wait there? Why don't you wait there still? You can come back, and then if they do come up, we can step forward and attack. He could go 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, but he shouldn't be able to get here. Now, realistically, maybe 1, 2, 3, 4. That guy could move there, and then he could move through him. It doesn't happen like that very often, though, so I think we'll be okay. There's not a lot of threat in this area right now, so maybe I move him over here. Let's move him here. This guy, he has not gone yet. I would like to shoot him because he's already injured, and he's a bigger threat, but maybe he's already hurt enough that we can kill him in melee, so we should divvy it out. That'll make it harder for him to hit. So this guy, this is why it's kind of nice to take the crippling strikes, at least for your ranged guys. And certainly, there's a lot of combinations too. You have crippling strikes, you can start putting wounds on people, injuries on people to hinder their fighting ability. If you want to keep firing at them, or if some of your melee guys have Executioner, now you get bonus damage to them, and it stacks well when you start putting duelist and throwing weapons, and you start piercing through armor and doing more direct damage. You injure them more and cause more wounds, so it all works out pretty well synergy-wise, but you have to get all the way up to level 11 with all the perks completed before you can fully realize it. But he's in pretty good shape now. He's going to wait. He is going to stay here, because these guys next turn could theoretically start moving up. This guy, they're going to step back and get inspired, so he can stand here and he'll blow his horn when they get closer. He did not reload, unfortunately. He'll shoot first because he's closer, and then step up here. Who are going to hit him? 53 or 56 or 53. Let's continue to hurt this guy. He's not injured yet because this guy does not have the piercing strikes ability. Still didn't injure him, but we're hurting him. He'll continue to wait. He moved around, which means next turn this guy will probably run through to here. So let's start moving our guys up. These guys might rush in, though, so we don't want to move him up. We want to stay here. In fact, he can just stand here. If they charge in, he can step down and swing. Might as well hit this guy a couple times. Boom. Boom. See? Plenty of raw damage set up. Not a problem. This guy can step back. Now he's inspired. And if these guys want to come up here, again, we've got a decent amount of raw damage ready to go. You might as well shield wall just because you're getting shot with arrows. And let's go ahead and do that again. You'll notice it doesn't affect him. It rallies everyone around him, which is a little annoying. Now I'm hoping if I kill all the berserkers, these ambushers will run away. I don't want to have to run them down. See, he's still dancing around, but at least one has come in, which is great. I can focus fire on this guy, and these guys are still dicking around over here, not getting anything done. While this guy is annoying, I think I want to shoot that guy, because he is, again, the next most dangerous guy because of that axe. You can wait. You can wait here, because I'm concerned they're going to start coming up here. And this guy's going to have to step back. Maybe he'll shoot at that guy and then step back. So you're good there. You're good there for now. You're going to have to come up here and hit that guy. Where's that guy going to go? Realistically, he doesn't have a lot of options. Again, he can come over here. He can come over here, but most of the stuff is covered. So let's bring you down here to cut off this access. You're fine. You can start hitting this guy, and again, this is where the sword hopefully will shine, as long as you don't hit the few armored parts they have. A little better. Shield walling is working fine for you. This guy's going to step back, so he's not able to get charged by them. And again, we can just keep rallying, I guess. This guy, might as well shoot here. Step back. I think at this point we may step back with this guy. Just reduce. If they want to stand up there, that's fine. We can just start hitting them with other stuff. So it reduces our spread, prevents them from getting up here. Yep, he went over there. So we can come over here and start swarming him. You are going to wait. They could theoretically. He won't be able to move up there. Too much AP going uphill. Pretty good chance to hit. You just missed. That was pretty good though. And we're done. Now those berserkers are gonna get a few swings at me. God, these ambushers are so annoying. I would love to go help this guy. I think he can survive 2 hits. I don't want to leave this open for them to come up here and threaten. Actually, I mean, they can't really move that far. So let's go ahead and do it. Even if I don't hit him, at least I hindered him a bit. Oh, shit. Well, maybe they can't get up there. They may have... Well, we'll look. So, there is the perk. I don't take it normally. This one, Pathfinder. So it's action point cost for terrain are reduced by 1 to a minimum of 2, which is normal for open terrain. So when moving up a hill, adds 1. If it apparently I get to move freely, which is not necessarily good for me. What's his chance to hit here? 52. And what's he have? He has a cleaver. Let's switch to the cleaver. Now it's 57, slightly better. And what we can do is we can try to have these guys hit him first, and if they can wound him a lot, we'll go all out with the decapitation, which does a lot more damage, and see if we can just end him rightly. So that's good there. Which guy is more critical? That guy is done and has a one-handed weapon. These guys have not, neither one of them has been hit. This guy has a two-handed weapon, which does a lot more damage, and he's adjacent to a guy with no shield. That means this is the bigger threat. We have to kill him because he could seriously fuck these guys up, especially this guy. So, hit him. Probably. Yeah, we'll shoot. Yeah, I have to kill this guy. Because what'll happen is, if we do it right, if we're lucky, we can kill this guy. This guy will probably step forward and smash that guy's shield, or he'll take 2 steps, replace that guy, or maybe he'll take 2 steps and get here. Either way, he won't get to swing, because he can only take 1 step and swing, and then we can adjust. So, we're going to step up here. We're going to kill the threat, hopefully. Okay, injured his hand. Chance to hit is 52. Not great. He probably has the same setup as the other guy. So, now it's 57 again, like last time. Has this guy may get to go. So let's wait. And again, we'll try to do decapitation if we have to. And let's try to do some damage on him. Good. Scared him a bit. Scared him some more. Scared him. He's fleeing. So now these guys can step up and try to put some more wounds on him. Scared him and injured him. Fleeing. So now I don't have to hit, although I will. He doesn't have anything else to do anymore. Yeah, we'll go up here and just finish this guy. Or attempt to finish that guy. This guy... Actually, I mean, he still has enough health to survive arrows. They're just irritating. Let's step back and protect him. This guy... Unfortunate. He can wait. We'll let that guy try first. If this guy can kill him, then I can shoot this guy down here. So, you can tell again, it's just right now it's not ending turn, it's just waiting because it's not grayed out. So let's just wait. Alright, you get 1 swing, buddy. Let's go with the decapitation. Didn't kill. And notice it's not bleeding. The decapitation attack doesn't inflict the bleed status, just a regular attack. So, but he's out of the fight now. Both these guys are out of the fight, so he can shoot at him now. Same thing. In fact, this guy can just do a regular attack, probably. Fine. You're done. You're done. You're gonna shoot that guy. Well, we're hurting them. And they're still picking on that guy. Alright, we gotta finish this guy. He's hurt and overwhelmed. Painful, but manageable. Alright, how hurt is he? Pretty hurt. We will shoot him first and see how he's doing at that point, I think. Might as well try to kill him. Done. Step up. Good. It's very tempting to just walk up and hit him. Oh, this guy has no armor. Let's not do that. It's not a good call. He'll bleed a little bit more and then it'll stop. Sure, you might as well hit him and then switch back to your polearm. Might as well wait. Yeah. And we just get a free kill on that guy and then decide what to do. You can just get out, I think. You're hurt enough. You've done what you need to do. Eventually, so the standard bearer at this oath bringer, oath taker list is kind of strange. Pretty good melee skills, great resolve. In some ways, he makes a great standard bearer. In some ways, he doesn't have a lot of fatigue, can't hold a lot of armor. He's kind of vulnerable. But what you can, or what I'm thinking about doing, I've got Cleaver Master. Is he injured? Oh, because he's so low. Normally his his melee skill's a lot higher, but he's at negative 20% right now. But if you give him Cleaver, you can give him a whip, and if he has quick hands, he can pull the whip out. He can swing it once, either to hit somebody or disarm somebody within 3 tile reach, and then he can switch back to the standard as long as it didn't move. So he can continue inspiring everybody. So you get a little bit more value out of him. And this is one of those spots where 1, 2, 3, I have to move, so I have to put the standard down for a turn. But I could step forward and just whip this guy. He's hurt. He's got a lot of health. That might not be enough, but it puts the bleed effect on him. And I think whips put double bleed effect, so it might be enough to kill him next turn. But whatever. I think we're just going to stand here for now. No rush. Not even on killing that guy. I think we can just let this work itself out. You can do that. Can't see very far. So after we kill this guy and these guys move, he can step forward and maybe see a bit more. Alright, how do you finish that guy? Yeah, I don't think he's going to move forward. One swing from that man splitter, again, the two-handed axes hit the head and hit the body all in one swing. That's not what I want to deal with. Although, what I can do, I'll switch to this. And then next turn, if I get to go first, I'll step forward and I can just hit him from the high ground. I'm okay if he steps forward. Again, he can't. He only take a 1 step and swing. Go to here, put some pressure on him. This guy, let's go over here. We'll still be above them, but threatening them a little bit. See if they move. This guy can get back here, so he's behind cover from those guys. 1 step. Can't hit him. Very poor chance, but might as well. Boom, look at that. Sometimes it works out. No. Okay, he's gonna go for it. Might as well switch back. I knew that was a chance. We'll go with the decapitation. Nope. Boom. Alright. Now we'll start running forward. I believe those ambushers are going to start running. 1 more turn, so this turn he'll lose 10 more and it'll go away. Done. Let's just go here. Again, he'll still have cover from that guy. He's inspiring still, and he's on the high ground. I just don't want him getting shot. So, sure, you might as well shoot the same guy again and miss. And you might as well run forward too. We'll see what they do. Okay, he took a step back. I don't know if they're fully retreating or if they're just trying to fall back because I'm putting pressure on them. So I'm going to keep running a bit more, and hopefully it'll give me the option to end the battle. Driving forward. I've never seen them actually charge into combat, like pull out a melee weapon and come forward, but they may stand and shoot, which is why it's important for some of these squishier guys to keep someone in front to have some kind of cover. Reach anymore, and he's too tired. Ah, perfect. It's over. There you go. Relatively simple. Again, don't overextend. Be patient. Again, more ranged helps quite a bit. And actually, these are kind of interesting too. You can, I think It says plus 25% damage in melee. I think it lasts for a few turns, but these are handy to have for certain fights. You can give them, especially to your two-handed guys. They do a ton of damage that way. Or you can give them to, if you have a guy with a polearm in the back, especially the sword lance thing is called. You can do a sweeping attack and hit 3 spaces. You get the bonus of the damage in melee, but the penalties don't affect you as much because you're not going to be in melee, hopefully, and you've got cover and stuff in front of you to protect you from ranged. So, perfect. There you go. Go forth, kill some greenskins.